It's called Astrea Familia Ultimate Clash, I believe. So let's get into it. This is a record. The city remembers it as the time when the evil was at its peak. This is a memory. Those dashing stars left a trace of justice that I must not forget. This is a memory. Those dashing stars. Oh, I already read that. Lastly, this is the truth. It's a smile that came from one's heart that is not to be seen by anyone. Alright, come on then. Are we really in a warrior? No one's hearing. I'm not hearing a single sound. We used to yell at the adventurers and there were people crying. I liked it better when the city was filled with sound. Any sound would do. Only it's a ghost town. Who would believe the city was once the center of the world? It's like I'm witnessing true apocalypse. Do not get too emotional, youngins. I'm sorry, you all. Nothing has ended. The final battle hasn't even started yet. People have been relocated from the city. You won't even see a single kid walking in the streets. The guild headquarters, the arena, casino, Ganesha's Familia's base. And our Twilight Manor, people have been relocated to these 5 safe places. Good, what about the adventurers? They are stationed outside the buildings as a guard, although we have been prepared since we got locked inside the city. I can't believe these main facilities were instantly torn into fortresses. We don't have much option. We have got to protect Babel as well as these people. Has the barrier been set up around the central park? As requested, this is it's to be completed shortly. Reveria and the other mages are working on it. But as Reveria said, it's probably ain't gonna be as defensive as it should be. It's fine, we just want to distract the enemy for at least a moment. A barrier. Yeah, it just appeared. A thick wall of ice surrounding the central park. It's a physical wall of ice and not a magical barrier that mages usually set up. They must be protecting the Babel. People's evacuated, and there's no one on the street. Finn must be up to something. That's good news. It'd be boring if we can kill them with one quick hit. I'm coming to get ya, Finn. The city is a huge chessboard and I'm about to force checkmate. I'll crush you and tear you into pieces. An escort from hell has come to pick you up. You have got to evacuate, Lady Freya. All the other guards are staying inside the guild. The final war is about to start. What our enemy wants is inside the Babel. If you would stay here any longer. Oh, Tall, do you know anything about the outfit I'm wearing right now? No, my lady. It's an outfit that I was wearing when I lost the battle against Hera. Why are you wearing it now, then? The dress was stained once. Today I must defeat Zeus and Hera forces to turn this dress into an outfit of victory. I'm being selfish here. My determination is trying to involve my children in my personal matters. Look at those weapons and armors you are equipped with. What do they mean to you? These armors will help me achieve what I believe I must. And what would that be? To win. Do you actually think that there's a possibility you may not win this battle? No, my lady. Alright then, it doesn't matter where I stay, I'll just sit on the throne and watch you win. I'm bored of this view already, but this is the place that provides the best view of a warrior. I'll be watching you, Otto. Yes, my lady. I shall not let you down. So this is my new weapon. As requested, it's made from the branch of the sacred tree. A weapon made of the branch that Audie got for you. It's great that you could have it on time. Nothing's on time. It was made in a rush. It can be used practically, but they are not completely forged. That's why you must live. Then I can finish forging you a proper weapon. I would be recognized as a lousy blacksmith forever. I promise I'll come back alive. What will be the name of your weapon? Elvis Luminia. I got the name from Lady Astrea. The Light of the Fairy. That's a good name. Thanks to Astrea, we are all prepared with these new armors. I'm so ready for this final war. I've been assigned to take care of the nightmare that's coming from the dungeon, and I'm not going to disappoint anyone. It's time, isn't it? I feel a crate coming from the dungeon. Is destroying the staircases as it's crawling up, headed towards the surface. Braver was right. The battle starts at this midnight. Get ready to head down the stairway to hell to slay the monster. But it was all a trap. If you watch the latest Dane Machi anime season, you'll know what happens already. has his best armor on, and you should, as captain of the Familia. We're all counting on you, Finn. We have got every weapons and armor for you. Do whatever it takes to protect the warrior. Report coming in from the researchers. The nightmare has reached floor 20. Our allies are inflicted with severe damage. For the researchers deemed impossible, they seek for permission to retreat. We shall command the researchers to return. A little time lag until the message is delivered to us. The monster could have already reached floor 19 by now. Well, not to worry, Astrea, Familia, and I are ready to fight Finn. We are changing the information of the team in charge of the dungeon mission. And Ace, I want you to join Reveria and Astrea, Familia. Our plan was to have Astrea, Familia weaken the nightmare and finish him with Reveria's flame. Zod and Alfie are coming from above the surface. We need enough people to take care of that as well. I thought so at first too, but there was something about the formation of Evilis and the way our enemies are behaving. I had 17 possible formations predicted, and it doesn't look like any of them. Perhaps they are still getting prepared, but something's fishy. Now our enemy has something other than the nightmare playing within the dungeon. That's one possibility. The worst case would be nothing. It's just my thumb was twitching again, and I don't want to think that I'm thinking too much. Your thumb twitching is a talent that transcends our divine powers. We can't just consider changing information based on superstitions, information like that. It's fine. I'll just quickly beat up the monster and return to the surface. She's right, even if Finn was wrong on this one, we'll take down the nightmare as soon as possible and return. And premonition had saved us over and over. Finn, we are going to trust you once again. Thanks, Reveria. I'm sorry about that, Gareth, and you too, Ace. We know that you guys will be able to do this. Homies. The final war is about to start. You better start heading to somewhere safe. I have a feeling Erebus is inside the dungeon. On the day of the great feud, he was right in front of us. He put on a show to attract attention so that no one would focus on the dungeon. Which means there's another demon lord summoning the nightmare. I hate to be saying this, but Erebus has an alibi. It's Rudra, yeah. And until now, Loki family had set up a base around the Babel to protect the entrance of the dungeon. Could have sneaked into the dungeon. You understand that well, don't you? The leader of our enemy, he has headed into the dungeon because he's an absolute malevolence. I thought you still regard Erebus as your old friend. You have a feeling he might be up to something, don't you? If I were to say yes, what if your intuition was right? What do you want me to do about it? I still feel the crate coming from the dungeon. It's awfully quiet. I can't believe the final war is about to start. What's with the shield? You look like a tortoise with that thing wrapped around your back. Who are you calling tortoise? Dummy, this is a secret weapon. Let me say that again. A secret weapon. I was going to leave it on the surface, but Finn told me to take it with me. I have no idea why, but I guess we should listen to him. Anyhow, I should thank Perseus for barely finishing this thing on time. Are you alright, Andromeda? The fight hasn't started yet, but you look awfully exhausted. I haven't slept at all. Who's ever worked for 77 hours straight? I'm defeated. I'm going to blame it on Sneaky Rat. I don't know if it makes sense for me to apologize on behalf of her or not, but I'm sorry. What's with that blade you have got together with your newly forged weapon, wood and stone? I'm bringing it in our last battlefield. Then please do come back alive. I'd like us to be like friends forever. Believe me, I will, Andromeda. You take care of yourself too. I can leave anytime. Alright. It's almost dawn. The long final battle is about to start. It's time. Alright, everyone, let's do this so warrior ends today. Raise your voices, faithful warrior. Monsters are getting excited or rather confused. The ground is shaking like crazy and I'm seeing fireworks everywhere. It's like there's a festival in the dungeon. It's so much different from usual. That thing is really destroying all the stairs as it climbs its way up. There's a swarm of monsters up ahead. There are tons of them. They are panicking and attacking everything they see. What should we do, Elise? Just ignore them. Our one and only target is the nightmare that's summoned. Don't fall behind, slay anything that gets in our way. Go. Aye, Captain? How strong. She and I are about the same size, but look at her moves. This is a joke and she's still growing, huh? How jealous. Stop being jealous of others. You're annoying, but you are right. The word swordsman is not good enough to describe her. Sword princess of Loki female. She's probably not even reached 10, but she's quite extraordinary. What is it, Sword Princess? Yes, you tried to kill each other. Yes, I remember it was dark and she probably couldn't have seen my face, but we battled. I can't let my allies know about this. And of course, Reveria. Your eyes and your voice reminds me of something. I know it must be the time when you and I were fighting over the last potato snack at the food stall. She's a little off. What are you doing, kids? Get focused, the monsters are coming. The last potato snack at the food stall. In fact, where are we supposed to slay this nightmare they have all been talking about? I heard it's a huge-ass flow boss. There's not many places where we can slay a huge monster, plus don't forget about the small fry that keeps spawning. This is exhausting. We'll need a spacious area for this battle. It's not going to be like fighting with ordinary dungeon monsters. We have no option but to find a floor with a huge spacious battlefield where not many monsters will spawn. Which means 18th floor. Our final battle will be held on the 18th floor, the Under Resort. Who could have imagined we'll have the final battle with a huge monster at the Under Resort? Had it all planned in the first place, though. As soon as the summoning of the nightmare was confirmed, he started working on it. He calculated the time it will take for the monster to reach floor 18 and had us prepare until the last minute. He's not a braver, he's a devil. In such a turbulent situation, how did he manage to take several steps ahead? We are being attacked by the enemy from both sides. Surely they have more advantages than we do at the moment. He is the braver. I don't think this mission possibly exceptional, especially without Reverie and her party. It's going to be fine. Finn is great, so it's going to be fine. Being novice is not going to help. We have the entire Fairy family on the surface ground. We can't expect any team more reliable than them to fight with. Finn believes in us, and we have got to believe in them. Are climbing down the city wall. They have been spotted in the east, west, south, and north from every direction. Prepare the magic and magic swords. Each party should wait for the enemy to come closer and find an appropriate time to shoot. I guess they are here with all fighting forces they have to end us. Not quite. It's starting, but wait, I think we need a little twist to make this fun. We're going to go full power from the start, have fun, Finn, and the adventures. Which gate? All of them. What? All the gates are destroyed then. Monsters are pouring in from every direction. Monsters! Monsters are strolling around the filthy city of Awario. Grieved, I shall win and then. They have smashed through the gates. There are monsters strolling around Awario. This is outrageous. Our great ancestors have built a wall. We can't let it be destroyed by monsters. It's pre-established harmony. I'd do the same if I were Valletta. I'd invite all monsters living around the city into this battlefield, and once they are in, there's no need to restrain them. There are good troops for them, as they want to bring chaos to the city. They have been surrounding the city for this reason. If you knew this was going to happen, why didn't you do something with the gates? It's impossible to protect each gate at this rate. They will take down Babel if we have fewer people guarding it. The city walls, the gates, and the city itself can be reconstructed, just like the way our ancestors built it. Do not misunderstand our priority. What we need to protect is Babel, and what most matters is that we rule this battle. The city is inflicted with severe damage already. It's going to cost a lot more if things were to get worse. That's enough, Lumen. The enemy is coming. Get back to your station. We will be adventurers. We are all here to win this battle. It's coming. Come. I'll kill you all. Let's get this started. It's begun. They're fading away in front of us. I'm scared. It's going to be alright. The adventurers will protect us. Will they? Of course, no matter how badly they get hurt, they always stood up and kept fighting. Hiya! There are troops and monsters everywhere. They are using magic as they please, whether it damages the city or not. These are just monsters that live on the surface. They are not that strong. But they are outnumbering us. They are explosive, self-destructive troops too. It's a pain to fight with them while protecting the fortress. Jeez, I hate Finn. I'll be the general commander as I protect the guild HQ. I'll have you to ask to take care of the Twilight Manor. We are counting on you, Noir. We have already paid back the loan, but you mustn't let anyone harm me and my beloved Revere's home. Oh, and you're also in charge of the babysitting Loki. Damn, that's too much trouble to handle at once. Plus, even if I can tell that geographically attacks from north and east will be intensified. To take care of the northern fortress, I'm sure the oldies team of you, Dine and Borrow, will do well. You guys are the ones who trained us when we just got here. Remember, we were all looking up to you. Like you are my loyal apprentice. After all this time, I should have been harder on you back then. Revere and Gareth were children back then. You folks used to get lost immediately after stepping into the dungeon. Although you were all talented enough to overcome anything without much problem, we used to argue all the time. I miss those days. And now there are future heroes, and the life of the city depends on them, which is a huge burden. Alright then, they have expectations for us. Let's not disappoint them. They are strong. We need reinforcements. Go to hell. Let's go, Alan. Slay them all. They're actually doing well fighting back. Finn must have predicted our plan to send in these monsters. The Bravo thinks that all these things we did aren't a threat to... I hate that bastard. Our team members have started engaging in battle. So against the adventurers, we have an info of our enemy's formation. Apparently they are focused on guarding the main facility. Enemies are only spotted around the 5 main fortresses. What does that even mean? No one is on the streets. They must have evacuated to each facility to be protected, but only a few are protecting them. It is expected that they will still have military force, including first-class adventurers, as reserves. It seems they are sending off tons of scouts. They are probably trying to locate the Lord Zard. I get it, Finn, you scum. I love it. What's going on? Finn has decided to sacrifice the innocent people. He turned them into baits. They're all being allocated to 5 fortresses. That way they can split us apart. He's willing to do whatever it takes to crush our final ace. Yeah, that cocky brave was sacrificing his works to get our king and queen. The rest of the fading powers inside that dome are various. That's not a barrier, that's a fake wall to distract us. A horde of monsters are marching towards the fortresses, or it's more like they are being lured in. What now? We'll be having our backs to the fortresses, which happens to be built conveniently in the right place. We can get ambushed from both sides. If they were to send Zard off to take care of the fortresses, we'll have enough people to capture him. Then once we can locate him, we will take him down. It's necessary to defeat Zard and Elfia for Ariel's victory. If they are going to be cautious, we are ready for long-term rule. No. Now you know our formation. The mid-mind reading game starts now. I'll give you what you want. I'm sending him off to Central Park. We are going to blast that Babel together with the Ace Dome. Alone on his own, ma'am, although he's a level 7. There's no way he'll lose his... He is from the strongest familiar. If he can keep the enemy's strongest team busy, that would be great. Allocated the people to 5 fortresses. If the central base goes down, we can easily take down the rest. Have the weaklings take care of the fortresses. Don't let adventurers do whatever they want. Have them witness the power of Zeus. We'll do it all by force. We don't need small tactics. They will have to expect the unexpected. The enemy has started moving. They are heading straight at us. To the Central Park weak wall. Our enemy's boss is coming. We will stick to the plan. We will keep on going. So we failed to distract them. The odds of us winning the battle is still low. I'm sorry, Otol, but I'm afraid I'll have to fully count on you. What are you doing, so? I'm observing the fate I have brought. We forget what we ate the day before and how our hometown looked like. That's why I'm observing every bit of it. Is it worth it? The city is collapsing. In fact, how is it that a child of Zeus familiar can be on the verge of sentimentality? One can make it worth it. The sentimentality that you mentioned to me is a reward. A reward for what, I wonder? It seems people of the city love asking questions, including Freya's brats. Perhaps I'm ready to understand Alfie a little. Are you sure this is where we are supposed to be? Because if you win, we all win. There is going to be multiple battles happening at once. It won't be a problem if I were to show up late to each of them. Then why are you here? I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to hear what you have to say. As one of the most worthy of being called a hero in the history of humanity. I look up to heroes in this imperfect diorama. Heroes defy the unreasonable, resist and the absurd, and rebel against the world. How gracious and honorable they are. They are the ones worthy of worshipping instead of the gods. They have my admiration. And how did such heroes fall to the dark side? That's what I wanted to know. You have just proven that you are one of those defective beings. You do not understand your own contradiction. Your image of a hero is a joke, and I do not wish to get too deep into that. Anyway, I feel bad for answering you with a question, though. Did the fact that you can't see colors do this to you? Vision, hearing, and your sense of smell and taste is gone. The sense of touch is probably the only thing left within you. You must have had too much feast, and your 5 senses have been used too often. You can guess the taste by observing and smelling. When you see a roast beef in front of you, smell, texture, and doneness should tell you how it tastes. What the? Your defectiveness is what makes you hate the world. The fact that you are barely sane makes it worse. And you try to tired of pretending to be a human already. Did you not know heroes and monsters are almost the same? That's why I'm with the evil now. Let me answer your question. It's just that it was necessary for me to fall to the dark side. You are to proceed to the Central Park to take down Babel together with the adventurers. I'm here to crush all despair with my hand. A warrior ends today. It's odd, there he is. He's starting the battle without squads and reserves. Do we have the location? South Main Street, he's coming straight up north. Weak. Predator in the South Main Street. That means the offense is getting stronger. That monsters are all over the place at this rate. The one we are looking for is right in front of us, but we can't do anything to stop him. May stay in guard. The fortresses, we are coming to get y'all. Take down the fortresses. Don't give them mercy. The South? What do we do, Sir Alan? We don't do anything. We'll stick to the plan as instructed by Bravo. Crush the enemy in front of you. If you have got time to complain, we can't do anything else unless we get rid of them. I'm losing my appetite terrible. They are not even trying to buy themselves time. Perhaps they are trying to lure me in. They are preparing a counterattack at the Central Park. How many adventures are waiting for us, I wonder? 1,000? Well, it doesn't matter. Zod will wipe them all out. Scream as you play with the monsters. It doesn't matter if Zod survives or not. We'll win if we can take down the fortresses. I'll prepare the feast for me. I feel grateful. It saves me a lot of time. It seems the City of Heroes has disgraced its name while we were gone. If you are welcoming me back, you can do so by giving up your lives. Prove to me with all you have got. Don't leave me starving for blood. Mortality is a bigger sin than being a predator. We've got to stop disappointing me. Disappointment is bitter, and it's the most disgusting thing one can ever taste. Something's got to be pulled down my burnt, dry throat. It's never good enough, therefore. Try pleasing me, my praise, make my blood boil, and my flesh twitch. Bon appetit. No one's here, no. Just you? I won't let anyone interrupt us. I'll end you here once and for all. Dun, dun, dun. Zod had reached the Central Park. He's encountered with the kin. Good, prepare the barrier, seal the Central Park, fire the single. Wow, what on earth just happened? A barrier has appeared. It's covered the Central Park along with its ice dome. They must have had magic on standby. The mages are setting up layers of barriers. Is Zod locked up in Central Park then? What are they thinking? What now? I'm here to report that the single was shot and a new enemy squad had appeared. It's the single. We are done hiding. Get prepared for battle. Where did it come from? Our enemies are focused on taking down the fortress. Attack from them from behind. There you are. As for you guys, we are done defending. It's time to attack. We are not enemies on both sides. Have they been hiding by the fortress all this time? Did they set a trap assuming we would go for the fortresses? Our allies have been to the 5 fortresses are under attack by the adventurers. Are they reinforcements or are they ambushed by troops? They must have planned all of this. There's too many of them. I thought all the adventurers were gathered at Central Park. That there's actually no one in the Central Park. That ice dome must have been a distraction and was supposed to make us think there's an enemy army inside it. Lord Zod in the Central Park all alone, which means by now he must have encountered with Otal. It's got to be that bow. They must have lured us all in to get this formation established. You bastard. Get them. Don't let this change go away. Ignore the monsters on the streets, attack evilest members that are on the roofs. It's not like our enemies got full control over these monsters. Drag them down from the roofs and let them kill each other. Let them kill each other. This is just like a parallel parade. There are only a few tames on the enemy side. For now, our top priority is to destroy evilists. There's been an increase in damage taken by our allies, and they are not being able to retreat. We are in a state of confusion. They are taking advantage of the traits of these monsters. This is ridiculous. It's just such a ridiculous strategy. So they think they have outdone us by ignoring the Medius and focus on getting rid of the weaklings first, huh? Very well. A one-on-one duel with Zeus's child. I can't help but laugh. Once Otal is defeated, it's game over, you idiot. Being over-optimistic and making friends is our best strategy, right? One, it's about efficiency and probability. It was either a disaster involving tons of people or a one-on-one duel with a Medius. We decided to go with the later. We chose to go with the maximizing the possibility of defeating Zard. Otal was our solution. You know nothing about the kid in Velita. He knows the bitter taste of defeat and shame. On the other hand, I know him well. I know that he's a man who got beaten up by Zeus and Hera, but kept staying on his feet. Otal has the fans that could cause damage to Zod. Only he can do it, and no one else. Wait, Otal. Finn and I have always looked up to you guys. We kept telling ourselves to overcome the peak of despair and seethe in anger. Finally, the day has come. We transcend you today. We'll go a step ahead of you, beat you up, and gobble you up. Well said, you little brat. You bet you would bear the fate of the city, fight with me one-on-one and gobble me up, huh? Is that what you are saying? Interesting, do it. You are a beast trying to rip the mortal body of the strong apart to feed yourself. You are a great feast to me. Your tenacity and my disappointment. Let's see which holds greater power. As one of the gods, I shall witness it. It will be a sublime battle to decide the destiny of the world. Strive for the summit. Venture on, Otal. This is a big challenge, and you're going to overcome it.